Senator Whitehouse.
Thanks, Chairman. I appreciate this hearing, and I just wanted to flag the problem of tax spending. Couple of things about it. First, it is big. The IRS collects about $3.5 trillion in income and payroll taxes each year. And Joint Committee on Taxation using CRS numbers, vice versa, CRS using JCT numbers, estimates that tax expenditures for 2021 would cost $1.53 trillion. So there's a lot of money going out the back door of the tax code. It is big. It's also lasting. If you come in and get an appropriation, once the appropriation is spent down, you're all done, and you've got to come back and get another. But if you can bake something into the tax code, it's there for you and for your interests forever. So it's big and it's lasting. It also, I believe, tends to be regressive. As Professor Brown has pointed out, tax expenditures tend to disproportionately benefit the very wealthy, allowing those that have access to high-priced tax attorneys to choose if and when they pay taxes. And of course, you have to be making a lot of money to make it worth your while to spend money on tax savings. In that regard, Ms. Brown, I wonder if you could offer a brief comment on the extent to which opportunity zones run counter to that tax spending problem of being big, lasting, and regressive, or whether they masqueraded yet another tax giveaway to wealthy investors.
So I think opportunity zones do make a giveaway to wealthy white investors under the guise of helping distressed communities. And I think you can find an anecdote or two will say, well, it worked here, but there are other anecdotes that show wealthy investors have influenced which areas were even named as opportunity zones and not necessarily with distressed communities, the way the statute perhaps should have been written if they were actually interested in holding people's feet to the fire. So I think there's a lot of leeway in opportunity zones that make it not as helpful to distressed communities.
Thank you. So again, back to tax spending. It's big, it's lasting, it's regressive. Opportunity zones probably didn't help. And some of it is foreign. As for how you support small businesses, the Ugland House is a small 5-story building in the Cayman Islands that is home to well over 18,000 corporate, quote, headquarters. And nearly half of them were determined by the GAO to have US billing addresses. So when you're talking about small business, you've got 9,000 of them in one little building. That's not exactly, Ms. Rao, what you have in mind when you're thinking of helping small businesses get started, is it?
No, thank you so much, Senator. So while I know that that exists, actually the founders that I work with in early stage, especially primarily BIPOC founders, are not necessarily those who have access to capital. And certainly, as you pointed out, it takes a lot of money to pay those high-priced lawyers. Actually, the capital that's used by these BIPOC founders is used in this talent acquisition race. So a lot of issues that founders have in their development of their venture is this idea that they can't access great talent. And so they are utilizing the capital that they receive to be able to work on their business and to actually scale and grow and to be able to create that differentiation mode.
So last question, what income demographic do you think it is that is taking advantage of Ugland House and other offshore refuges to avoid paying taxes?
I would surmise that it would likely be those, as Professor Brown suggests, that are already benefiting from the tax codes as they're written.
Stands to reason. I yield back my time. Thank you very much.